Hey guys, welcome to Motivational Monday. Today we're talking about something that's very important with regards to the longevity of your hustle, and that is the balancing act. In order to do all the things that we want to do in this world, in order to have it all, you have to learn how to balance. But here's the thing, balancing doesn't mean that it all requires equal time, right? You have to understand that certain activities are going to require different levels of time and energy. And balancing means knowing when to make what a priority and learning to make those adjustments, because priorities can, and will change over time, but that's okay. It really is okay. There will be certain days, weeks, months, quarters, years where certain things are a priority over everything else. And as long as you're able to juggle them all, you'll be okay. It's kind of like when you're cooking. You have the 2 eye on the front of the stove, and then you have the 2 in the back, right? Not everything can fit as your top priority at a given point. But the things that you can let simmer in the back of the stove, let it simmer a little bit, right? So I once heard TD Jakes talk about, he was asked, how do you do everything that you do? Like, we know TD Jakes. He does so much stuff. And a lot of what he does is in different fields that you wouldn't even think go together, right? But his response was, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, but his response was something along the lines of, I understand that every day I'm gonna drop the ball. And I understand that I'm probably going to disappoint somebody every single day. It's my job to make sure that I'm not dropping the same ball twice and that I'm not disappointing the same person twice. So I believe as long as you don't create a habit of dropping that ball or create a habit of disappointing the same person over and over again, gives you a little bit of more flexibility. Because if you show up 9 times out of 10, that 10th time may not hurt as much. However, if you don't show up 9 times out of 10 and you do show up that 10th time, I don't think you're going to get the response that you want. So it's really about what kind of habits are you creating with regards to showing up, with regards to disappointing others, with regards to doing the things that you said you're going to do. And keep in mind, this has something to do with you too. How often are you keeping your word to yourself? How often are you disappointing yourself? How often are you dropping the ball on things that matter to you? Do what you can when you can, right? So we all have the same 24 hours in a given day, right? But what can you accomplish in that 20-minute window? What can you accomplish in the 10 minutes? You have a 20-30 minute drive home. There's something you could be doing. Does somebody need to hear from you? Who can you call? Literally, just last week, I made a decision to be a better aunt, right? I have amazing nieces and nephews who I love very much, but I haven't been as active in their life as I would like to be because they live in a different state. However, last week, I decided my drive home, I'm just gonna call them and see how their day at school was. And to be able to talk to both my niece and nephew and to be able to ask them, what did you learn in school today? How were you today? Did you behave today? Were you good? To be able to tell them that I love you. To be able to tell them that I'm proud of you. To be able to reinforce the things that they're excited about meant the world to me, because I know those are the moments that are going to mean the world to them as they look back on their childhood. I never want them to be able to say, my TT didn't show up. My TT didn't care enough to be there. And as difficult as it may be from a different state rather, even something as simple as a phone call meant the world to them. And because it mattered to them, it mattered to me. Now, this is the same 20-minute drive I have every day. All it took was one to make a difference. But at the end of the day, you have to work smarter and use your time wisely. Yes, it's just 15 minutes. But if you can check your emails in 15 minutes, I think that's a little bit more effective than checking your social media. Because there ain't much going on social media. Social media ain't paying no bills. Unless you're like famous. In which case, if you're watching my Motivational Mondays and you're famous, hey! No, but really. Okay. But at the end of the day, you should never feel bad for putting your needs first. Ever. Take care of what's important to you, and with the additional time you have left, you can help others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. In fact, you're supposed to pour into others with the overflow from your cup. As always, guys, I want to hear from you. I want to hear some of the things that you're struggling to balance with, or some of the balancing acts that you're doing amazingly at. How are you doing great? Let's put these comments in the comment section. I want to hear how you're doing balancing as effectively as possible. And if you've gotten something from these video blogs, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Nicole's Network on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. You'll be the first to hear that a Motivational Monday has been uploaded. As always, guys, have a great one.